Good afternoon. My name is Kimberly Haynes. I'm the CWS State Director here based out of Houston, Texas. I have been working with refugees over 22 years, from exodus to refugee camps to resettlement to return. So I've had the blessing and the luxury of being able to accompany refugees in all of those places along the sphere of resettlement. I don't know if Houston would further exist at its diversity and at its level or scale without resettlement. I work in the Gulfton area, and the street we work outside of, you can drive up and down and feel like you've experienced the world. I don't think Houston would be classified as the most diverse location in the United States without our refugee neighbors and friends and family that live throughout Houston. I was blessed to have refugees come into my life, and that's what cascaded me into a career of working for and with and alongside. I take more from them than I ever am able to give to them. They have taught me family, they've taught me community, they've taught me resilience, patience, hope, compassion. It is always a lesson I get taught from my refugee community. It's an interesting honor to be a part of World Refugee Day and recognizing that we only have a day, and yet our society and our world celebrate individuals in all different facets. A refugee is a title, it is not a person, it is a place or a moment in time. So on this day of World Refugee Day, I do acknowledge that there's so much more we could do. That this World Refugee Day is quieter than most and yet louder in a lot of different ways.
What's up, everyone? This is Edward Pollard. I have the pleasure of serving as your Houston City Council member for District J. District J is Southwest Houston, the Galleria, Gulfton, Sharpstown, Brayburn, and Alief. I've had the pleasure of serving on council for the last 6 years, and I am a native Houstonian. I grew up right here in Southwest Houston. I attended all HISD schools, and I've had the pleasure of representing you all in the most diverse district in the most diverse city in America, where we are a welcoming city, especially for refugees. And J City is a place where we want to find opportunity for all. The city council members are the ones that use your tax dollars to provide those services. Where you all come in is you have to find ways to engage us in my office on the things that you want to see. What we want to stress is refugees are what make our city great. For World Refugee Day, we are finding ways in which to communicate with you all how to best utilize your council member. Recently, I had the pleasure of going to the Bahal Mart, which is off of Chimney Rock in the Gulfton area. It is an Ethiopian restaurant that is founded by immigrants. And those immigrants and refugees banded together to come up with a way in which they can not only provide food for their culture, but to help out the homeless, help out people in need. A family that came to our country with not a lot of money in their pocket. And they had to work hard, survive some of the challenges that our city presents, but lean on their faith and lean on their community to follow their passion and start this restaurant. And now they are a thriving restaurant for people all over the city to come and try their delicious Ethiopian food. And what I tell people all the time is that our district is made up of many stories just like this.
Houston City Council Member Tiffany D. Thomas, representing District F, and I am so proud to be with you today. I'm also a lifelong community advocate, daughter of Alief, one of the most diverse neighborhoods in the city and, quite honestly, the country. Today on World Refugee Day, I want to honor the strength, the courage, and the invaluable contributions of refugees, not just globally, but right here in our city. In my own experience, refugees have made Houston a better place by starting businesses, reviving our neighborhoods, teaching in our schools, and enriching our food, our language, and our traditions. I think of a Congolese mother in my district who fled violence and now leads a women's empowerment circle for other immigrant women or the Afghan family who turned their trauma into advocacy. And without refugees, Houston would lose its pulse. Our economy would be weaker, our communities would be less vibrant, and our children would grow up knowing less about the world. Refugees don't just seek safety, they rebuild cities. They expand our definition of neighbor, of American, and of home. So today and every day, we say you belong. We are better because you are here, and we'll continue to build a Houston where everyone has the chance to thrive.
Hello, my name is Melanie Herring. I am the High School and Higher Education Program Director at Pear Houston. In my experience, refugees have made Houston so much better. And I think it's very important to also think about all of the positive impacts they have upon a community. They bring with them great resilience and problem-solving skills, negotiation skills, innovation, and all the ways in which they've been able to positively impact aspects of culture here, from food to new business ideas and just social support for all sorts of newcomers that Houston is home to. One way in which I've been really meaningfully impacted by refugees is through the longevity of the work that I do. There's one particular student who really comes to mind as someone who came in as a 9th grader and just struggled. Not necessarily academically, but definitely socially. She's now at a place where she is flourishing. She just finished her first year of college and sent me a text last week telling me that she got all A's. And that feeling is just, it's better than anything in the world. Without refugees, Houston would be a very sad place. It would be very one note. I think diversity makes a community better.
Hi, I'm Shireen, and I work with the multilingual department in HISD, and I've been working with refugee students and families for the past over 20 years. I started way back when we had the lost boys from Sudan. One of them is actually working on his PhD and working at MD Anderson. Amazing story. This young man passed his GED exam the first try. I don't know what drives them, but they are an inspiration to me, actually, to do this. And of course, Salemu right here, he's my success story. I met him when he arrived. And Houston without refugees would be a very boring city.